So for the past 7 years, I've been obsessively studying success. I've spent thousands of hours researching, going through hundreds of biographies, and most importantly, sitting down one-on-one, asking questions to the people I was dying to get answers from. So for business, I spoke to Bill Gates. For music, Lady Gaga. Science, Jane Goodall. Poetry, Maya Angelou. Jessica Alba, Larry King, Quincy Jones, Steve Wozniak. It's been this unbelievable journey filled with surprising lessons at every turn. And what I want to do with you guys today is share really the origin of how this journey got started. Because really what we're doing today at Powerful You is really figuring out where our origin stories are. It doesn't matter what age you are, it's really about a stage in life. So the first half, we'll go over the origin stories and the lessons from that. And then for the second half, we'll go into Q&A, so you can start thinking of questions. So to take you to the beginning, I have to take you back 7 years. I was 18 years old, a freshman in college, and I was spending every day lying on my dorm room bed, staring up at the ceiling. I don't know if you guys have gone through the what do I want to do with my life crisis. Actually, so I can get a feel for the room, by a show of hands, who's gone through or is going through the what do I want to do with my life crisis? Oh, I fucking love this group. Amazing. We're going to have a lot of fun then. So I'm going through it, and for those of you who are going through it too, you know it's the thing that follows you when you're going to bed and when you're in the shower. It's all you can think about. And to understand why I'm going through it, you have to understand that I'm the son of Jewish immigrants, which essentially means I came out of the womb, my mom cradled me in her arms, and then she stamped MD on my ass and sent me on my way. And you think it's funny, but in 3rd grade, I wore scrubs to school for Halloween and thought I was cool. You know, that was my childhood growing up. You know, most kids have, the puts finger painting on the refrigerator. My mom put skeleton charts. So that was my childhood. And, all through high school, I checked the boxes. I studied for the SATs, took, all the science classes. I went to pre-med summer camp. And by the time I got to college, I'm the pre-med of pre-meds. But very quickly, I found myself lying on this dorm room bed, looking at this towering stack of biology books, feeling like it was sucking the life out of me. And at first, I assumed I was just being lazy. But very quickly, I began to wonder, maybe I'm not on my path. Maybe I'm on a path somebody placed me on, and I'm just rolling down. So now, not only do I not know what I want to do with my life, I have no idea how all these people who I looked up to, how they did it. How Gates sold his first piece of software out of his dorm room when nobody knew his name. Or how Spielberg became the youngest director in Hollywood history without a single hit under his belt. This is what they don't teach you in school. So I just assumed there had to be a book with the answers. So I'm going to the library and I'm just, ripping through business books and biographies and self-help books, assuming there had to be a book that focused on this stage in life. When no one took their meetings, when no one answered their phone calls, how did they find a way to break through? And eventually I was left empty-handed, so that's when my naive 18-year-old thinking kicked in, and I thought, well, if no one's written the book I'm dreaming of reading, why not write it myself? I thought it would be super simple. I would call Bill Gates, interview him, interview everybody else, and I'd be done in a few months. That, I assumed, would be the easy part. The hard part, I figured, was getting the money to fund this journey. I was buried in student loan debt. I was all out of bar mitzvah cash. So there had to be a way to make some quick money. So 2 nights before final exams, I'm in the library doing what everyone's doing in the library right before finals. I'm on Facebook. And I'm on Facebook, and I see someone offering free tickets to The Price is Right. And again, so I can get a feel for the room, by show of hands, who grew up watching The Price is Right? Give me full arms. Okay, perfect. So I'm in the library, and I see someone offering free tickets to The Price is Right. And my first thought is, what if I go on the show and win some money to fund this book? Not my brightest moment. Plus, I had a problem. I'd never really seen a full episode of the show before. Every kid when they're in 4th grade homesick from school watches The Price is Right because there's nothing else on TV. I'd never seen a full episode before, so I told myself it was a dumb idea into not thinking about it. But I don't know if you guys have ever had one of these moments where an idea just keeps clawing itself back into your mind, no matter how much you tell yourself to stop thinking about it. So to prove to myself it was a bad idea, I remember, I'm sitting at this little round wooden table in the corner of the library, and I open up my spiral notebook to write the best and worst case scenarios, to prove to myself it's a bad idea. And I remember writing, worst case scenario, fail finals, get kicked out of pre-med, lose financial aid, mom stops talking to me, no, mom kills me. There's like 20 cons. And the only pro was, maybe win enough money to fund this dream. And it was almost as if somebody had tied a rope around my gut and was slowly pulling in a direction. So that night, I decided to do the logical thing and pull an all-nighter to study. But I didn't study for finals. I studied how to hack The Price is Right. And, during my all-nighter, I found out The Price is Right isn't exactly what it seems. You watch the show and they're like, Alex, come on down, as if they pulled your name out of a hat. But what I learned is that there's actually a producer who interviews every single person in the audience before the show begins. And then on top of that, there's an undercover producer who's planted in the audience who then confirms or denies the original producer's selection. So like everything in life, there's a system to it. It's not just luck.